Yo, what's up, guys? I know a lot of you guys want to get into real estate and you guys want to make 10,000, 20,000. If that's you, then this is the best video for you. Ultimately, you can get into real estate, but if you don't know how to actually make these $10,000 spreads, then you're really gonna be making like the breadcrumbs. You're gonna be making thousands. You're gonna be making $1,000 a deal. You're gonna be making $3,000 a deal, $500. It's just gonna be on the low end. So this video I want to make for you guys to understand how you can actually get the 10,000, the 20,000, the 30,000, the $100,000 deals. Sure, maybe they might not happen as frequent, but when they do happen, I'd rather do one deal that's $20,000 than 5 deals that's $5,000. Here is my strategy as far as how you can actually get these big spreads. When I first started in real estate, I was making the small spreads, right? Ironically, I'm talking about this because I was in this exact situation 4 years ago. I was making 3,000, 2,000, 6,000. And sure, you're probably watching this video and you're like, oh, well, yeah, that's not bad. But when you really think about it, the marketing to get deals cost a lot of money. So if you're spending $2,000 and then you're making $6,000, that's not too bad, right? But why not aim for more, right? And that was my theory. I'm like, man, how do I actually do this? And I was talking to one of my friends. He was in the real estate business as well, but he was focused on houses because he had just closed like a $15,000 deal. And I was like, man, how do you get those big spreads? And he said something that was very profound to me, and it kind of made sense. But at the same time, I was just scared to implement it, right? And he said, just offer less. And I was like, damn, but if you offer less, you're not gonna get any accepted. And he's like, yeah, sure, it might take you, instead of 10 offers per deal, per contract, it might take you 15 or 20 per contract. But when you're patient to have those results, it makes everything more worth it, right? Instead of picking up 5,000 contracts every single 10 offers, you pick up 10,000 contracts every single 20 offers. And it's gonna take you, more offers to get the deals, but at the end of the day, it kind of makes up for it. And I was like, man, I was thinking about that. I was like, yo, that's really true. When I was starting, I was like, oh, I gotta get a deal. I was so excited to get a deal that I was willing to accept anything. But when I started realizing what he says, that made me understand that you have to understand that you deserve that much money, right? What you're doing is worth $10,000. What you're doing is worth $50,000. You're worth $50,000. Why wouldn't they want to pay you $50,000? Because essentially that's what the seller's doing when he's giving you the property at a discount. He's essentially paying you in equity, right? So you're just like, yeah, why wouldn't he want to pay me $100,000? I'm the one putting my foot out first. I'm the one willing to take this risk. Why wouldn't he? So when you start thinking about it like that, it makes it more understandable as far as yeah, I'm gonna be patient to get the $10,000 deals because I deserve it. So essentially you are gonna spend money on marketing, but instead of every single deal that you look at, I'm talking about specifically for land, if the market value is $30,000 and you can sell it quickly for $25,000, instead of making an offer of $18,000, you will make an offer of $12,000. You will make an offer of $10,000, right? So you will make your offers lower because that's gonna create more equity for you. And it's gonna take you more leads for you to potentially get a deal because now you're making lower offers and not everybody is going to be willing to accept that much of a lower offer. So now you have to have the leads capacity to be able to make enough low offers where you will be able to get 1 or 2 accepted that will make it up for it in terms of how much you've paid for marketing. So if you paid $2,000 that month and you to send a whole bunch of mailers or to make a whole bunch of cold calls, if you spent that much, you want to be able to get enough leads to where you can get maybe 1 or 2 leads under contracts that are $10,000 each. So then you will spend $2,000 to make $20,000. These numbers may seem oh, well, that's not realistic, but these are average numbers, right? Especially when you create rapport with the seller, especially when you follow up with the seller, right? Because if you're spending money and then you're making an offer and the seller isn't accepting that specific offer, you still have an opportunity to still get that deal. So like, let's say the market value is 30,000, you know, you can wholesale it at 25,000. Instead of offering $12,000, let's say you offer $10,000, right? And then the seller was like, well, no, that's not acceptable. And then you go ahead and you're like, okay, well, what were you looking to get? Like, what would be an acceptable number for you? And let's say like they don't respond or whatever, right? But they didn't tell you to never call them again. They didn't tell you to never contact them again, right? So now like you can wait like a week or two, right? Depending on how bad you want the deal. You can wait a week or two. You can even do it the next day. Or, you know, like I said, it depends on how bad you want the deal. You will come up $2,000, right? And then that's how you can actually start negotiating, because, you know, once you come up 2,000, you're gonna be at 12,000. And if you can sell it at 25, you still have like a decent amount of profit left, right? And so then you start negotiating. But that's so much better. That strategy is so much better than coming in at a higher offer, right? Because I think most people, and I've had conversations with people, and this is how they go about it. If it's worth 25, if they can wholesale it at $25,000, they're gonna offer the seller $18,000. And then gonna be like, oh yeah, I can make a quick $5,000. And I'm like, if you make a lower offer, you could probably make a quick 10,000. And you're like, oh, well, it's only $2,000, but yeah, imagine keep having $8,000 instead of $5,000, because if you have $10,000 and your marketing was 2,000, now you made 8,000 profit instead of 5,000 profit if you were making only $7,000. Yeah, it's a small, but it really adds up, right? You can do a lot with $2,000, right? And also, it's always good to negotiate wherever you're going, because then like you get in the habit of just negotiating. And sure, you might think, oh yeah, that's cheap. But dude, like a really rule of thumb is like ask for a discount basically everywhere you go, right? Just get in the habit of that, because like if you're scared to ask for a discount, you would never get it. And that's always my theory, where it's like, damn, like they might not even know that there's a discount, but if I ask, it might remind them that there is a discount, or they will be able to, you know. So always be in that position where you're always like practicing negotiating, you're always practicing asking what you want, because then like you getting what you want, but you don't want to just abuse it too, you know what I'm saying? So I guess there's caveats there when it's come to like real life situation and people you interact with every single day. But in business, dude, it's like you're here to win. So you know, you want to win to the foremost of your abilities. That's really how you can actually improve those profit margins, man. And you know, definitely also just having a good solid way to display your deals, right? So if you can be able to display your deals at a higher value, then you know you can be able to make more money. So and that also comes with having a better understanding of the market and having a better understanding of the property that you're selling. And you know, all that also comes into factor, because there can be two ways you can adjust your profits. You can adjust it on the seller side, and you can adjust it on the buyer side, and then just maximize that all. If you guys like this video, please make sure you give me a thumbs up, because it really helps a lot. Let me get this video to 15 likes, guys. Please share the video, tell people to like it. Just 15, that's all I'm asking. 15 people just like the video. If you have any type of questions, leave it in the comments, and you know, I respond to all my comments. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.